Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat Maulana Qamru Zama Sahab Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Thursday, the 29th of Shawwal 1445, corresponding with the English date 9th of May 2024. Hazrat Wala is saying that this Majlis and spiritual discourse has been carrying on now for some many long years, and more than anything else, I pass over to you people the talks and articles of the Buzurgan-e-Din, and this was the tariqah, the style and the method of Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. And he would read from kitabs just like this, the Maktubat e Ma'asumiyya. Now, Hazrat Khaja Muhammad Masoom was a great personality. 7,000 alone were his Khalifas and deputies. He was the illustrious son and the Khalifa of Hazrat Mujaddid Al-Faithani. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab on one occasion came back from Kopaganj, and we were students at that time there. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to retire to bed very early. Nevertheless, at about 11 p.m. at night, downstairs, everybody was talking there. Many were there. The seniors also, Maulana Jami Sahab, Maulana Abdul Halim, Maulana Hanif. And Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab said that this is not suitable for you people. You know what, from now onwards, I want you to write about your ahwal and spiritual state to me once a week. And he was not strict with anything more than this particular aspect, that you need to give ittila, inform me about your ahwal. Now we know that just telling a doctor about your external and your apparent troubles regarding your body or this or that or the other, sometimes sicknesses can be so difficult. Then how much more difficult is it not then to actually speak about the spiritual state? In all of that there, some of them were great personalities sitting there also in the Khanqa, Ustadul Asatiza, but when they wrote letters, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to make pakar. He used to take them to task for it. And then he used to say, this is why I'm actually telling you to write letters. Because Ustadul Asatida, senior person like that, but for Qanun, he's writing it with a kaf, Qanun. So here we have in front of us this article of Khaja Muhammad Masoom, in which he says, औकात रा बज़िक्र व फ़िक्र मामूर दारंद व दर तनवीर बातिन कोशुंड के महल नज़र मौला अस्त व तनवीर बातिन मुनव्वत बिदवाम ज़िक्र व मुराक़बा अस्त. He is saying that अपने औकात को ज़िक्र व फ़िक्र से मामूर वो आबाद रखो और बातिन को रोशन करने की कोशिश करो, इसलिए कि वही नज़र मौला का महल है. Hazrat Khaja Muhammad Masoom is saying, and our Hazrat Wala is saying here, he has explained all of Suluk and Tasawwuf in this year. The reformatory works of his father, he brought it to the state of perfection. You should most definitely read about his biography, Khaja Muhammad Masoom. In fact, even Aurangzeb, when he came and he said that, Hazrat, please come to my palace and make my Islah, he says that I am unable to do that, but I'll send my son. And then he sent Sheikh Saifuddin. Sheikh Saifuddin comes to the palace and he sees these type of idols and statues on the top of the palace or fort there, and he says, I refuse to enter. First drop and remove these things here. When he comes in, he sees these ponds, and in the pond he sees that there is imitation fish. So he says, now what is all this about? Imitation things and this and that for show, and what's going on here? Remove this here. and without any type of hesitation and fear of any type, matalaim of criticism, he said what he had to say. These people were so complete and kamil, perfect in their knowledge, ilm, in their amal, in their practical action, and in their hal, in their spiritual state. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to say that har mujaddid ke baad, after every reformer, Allah Ta'ala creates such a person that will bring his ta'aleem to fruition and completion and present it to the people. So he's saying, Hazrat Khaja Muhammad Masoom, that make your time, complete your time, spend your time in zikr and fikr, and illuminate, make bright and full of nur your batin, your inside, because that is actually the place where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's nazar and attention is. And this year of illuminating the internal, the relationship of that has got to do with dawam-e-zikr, what continuous remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and muraqabah, that is the meditation. To complete whatever is on your shoulders regarding your ibadat, wazaif-e-bandagi, meaning your faraiz, your sunan, your wajibat, and together with that, to stay away from all types of innovations and those things which are prohibited, rather even the disliked and the makruhat, stay away from it. चुनांचा जो शख्स जिस कदर भी इत्तिबा सुन्नत और अमल भी शरीयत और इज्तिनाब बिदअत में ज़्यादा कोशिश करेगा, उतना ही ज़्यादा उसे बातिन नूर बातिन हासिल होगा. Therefore, that person, according to how much he follows the sunnah and he makes amal on the shariat and he abstains from the bid'at and innovations, how much of effort he makes in this line, accordingly his batin, his internal would be illuminated accordingly, and the path to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open up to him. There is no doubt in this, that by following staunchly the sunnah, it is something that will give salvation to a person, and it will prove to be helpful in every situation, and it will elevate the stages and the status of a person. There is no doubt in this whatsoever. Continuing, he goes on to say, Hazrat Khaja Muhammad Masoom, besides that, anything else besides that what we have mentioned above, your faraiz, your sunan, your wajibat, etc., there is only danger in anything other than that. Rather, that is the path of shaitan, and most definitely you should abstain and stay very, very far away from that. Rather, you should be extra cautious when it comes to all of those things, because in it is nothing other than that of deviation. The deen which is established with wahi, the deen is established with wahi qat'i, wahi that comes from the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hazrat Wala is saying, one day I went into the private chamber of Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, and I don't even think anybody heard him saying these couplets. What was he saying to himself, addressing his own nafs and himself? To Pir Shudi Hafiz, Az Mekada Bayrun Shuad, Rindi wa Hawasnaki, Dar Ahd Shabab Awla. That Wasiullah, meaning addressing himself, you have become old now. Come out from that those unsuitable places. As Mehkada Bayrun showed, come out. This following of desires it is terrible, but all the more worst when a person has become old. That you have become old now and you're still caught in that and you're still doing that. On one occasion, some firni or something was presented to Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. He took a morsel or two and then he shifted it on, giving it to the grandchildren, saying to them, rather you eat it, I will eat it and commit sin. Concluding there, Hazrat Wala says, فَسَهِّلْ يَا إِلَهِ كُلَّ صَعْبٍ بِحُرْمَةِ سَيِّدِ الْأَبْرَارِ سَهِّلْ. So make easy, Ya Ilahi, kulla sa'bin, every difficult task, bihurmati Sayyidil Abrar, through the barakat of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, sahil, make it easy. O Allah, this tariq and path to you is difficult, but for whomsoever you make it easy, it would be easy for them. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.